You obviously know Anthony well. Anthony Joshua, again, another man that we've had on the show before. That fight, I've said it for umpteen years now, I don't see how Anthony Joshua wins that fight. I know they always say,
look, stylistically, I think it's a bad fight for Anthony Joshua because, look, he's more of a static fighter, is Anthony, and a still fighter.
Yeah.
And he's like a robotic fighter. Now, he's like, Tyson, he reminds me Joshua reminds me of Frank Bruno. Similar style, similar build, everything else. It's just that with Tyson, he's so unorthodox, so quick with his hands, so elusive, and powerful as well, which people didn't give him credit for till he knocked out Johnny Wilder.
And those are the words of Amir Khan as he counterpunches Anthony Joshua. Says Anthony Joshua compares him to Frank Bruno. That's so funny. I did a video about Frank Bruno and what he had to say about Anthony Joshua recently. So stay tuned for that. And actually, you'll get that before this particular video. So, and it's funny that he mentioned Frank Bruno because he compared him to Frank Bruno. Robotic, he says, stiff, stationary, okay? And he doesn't see how Anthony Joshua would defeat Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. And I would say this. That fight between the two fighters, AJ, Tyson Fury, I think Tyson Fury and AJ have better... I think they're good dance partners. Why? Because I just don't see... I don't see Anthony Joshua sitting there allowing Tyson Fury to do what he did like he did with Dillian Whyte. I don't see that type of fight. Similar to what I've already said in a previous video, Anthony Joshua is very good. He has very good punch variety, and he's a better boxer than you think he really is. Okay? If Tyson Fury, I'll say this, if Tyson Fury can take out Joshua, I will not argue at all with anyone for any other reason that he is the best in the division. But of course, for him to fight and beat Joshua, that meant Joshua would have to get Usyk out the way. So I must say it like that because I don't want people saying, well, what about Usyk? You're always talking about Usyk. Well, that meant he had to beat Usyk to fight Tyson. That's if Tyson doesn't come back to the sport. And if Tyson doesn't come back to the sport and Deontay Wilder does, we would probably pretty much be like we were early 18. Now, won't we? We would have Deontay Wilder, the WBC, and then once again, Anthony Joshua, the 3-time unified champion. That's what we would have. And then the only two people would be left really would be him and him with 2 losses apiece. 2-time versus a 3-time world heavyweight champions collide. So then 18 would full circle back to 2022, and it just took 2 years and 2 losses between the two fighters to come together again and see if we can make that fight again. But mind you this, we are talking about Amir Khan, okay? Amir Khan, was recently, I don't know if he got a divorce, but I know Anthony Joshua made some comments about, his wife, like, no, I didn't have sex or an affair with his wife, but I wish I did. I don't think he liked that too much. And anytime, you have people, there is a class scale in the UK, as the UK, people from the UK know. And in the class scale, certain things you do versus certain things you don't. But, every so often, people have an opportunity to take a dig at the other person. And I think this may be, not saying that it is, but it may be an opportunity for Amir Khan to take that dig, But then again, this is boxing, and it's based off of, speed, movement, and, Tyson Fury does have his variety of punches, that he can catch you with, and for a big man, he's very, very dangerous. Very. He's nothing like Primo Carnera. Nothing. I compare Primo to some other fighters, not Tyson Fury, but he's big, he's huge, he's tall, and I think he just figured out that he could actually punch. And I think Javen Sugar Hill really brought that out of him. but I think at an expense of getting, you know, punched himself and caught with a hard shot, like Deontay Wilder scared him with in the trilogy. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Amir King Khan saying that Tyson Fury would defeat Anthony Joshua. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!